Assalamu alaikum student. Here Dr. Nivishahad, your course instructor. This is our 17th lecture. In this lecture, we will talk about agrobiology 2, which is a continuation of our previous lecture. In previous lecture, we have talked about what is agrobacterium, the role of TI plasmid in agrobacterium, what is TI plasmid, and the regions of TI plasmid like tDNA region, virulence region, opine catabolism region. After that, we discussed organization of tDNA, organization of virulence region, and mechanism of transfer of tDNA. Now we will talk about RI plasmid. RI plasmid is actually going to be discussed with reference to TI plasmid. Mostly TI plasmid in use plant transformation, but RI plasmid is another plasmid which is present in Agrobacterium rhizogene. Agrobacterium rhizogene is a soil-borne gram-negative bacteria like Agrobacterium tumefaciens. Agrobacterium tumefaciens cause Crohn gall or tumor disease, but Agrobacterium rhizogene cause hairy root disease in plants. This vector, RI vector, or plasmid present in the Agrobacterium rhizogene. Shortly we write it PRI. P for plasmid, RI is a root inducing plasmid. No need to discuss the different regions of PRI plasmid. Just we make a comparison TI with RI plasmid. TRI plasmid, if present in the Agrobacterium tumefaciens vector, tumefaciens bacteria, that bacteria cause a Crohn gall disease, and if RI plasmid is present in the Agrobacterium rhizogene, then this bacteria cause hairy root disease in plants. And if we talk about the sizes of these two plasmid, RI plasmid has a bigger size as compared to TI plasmid. TI plasmid size range is 180 to 205 kb, while RI plasmid has a size of 250 kb. And TI plasmid has been less discussed as compared to the RI plasmid. Simply we say there is not lot of information present about TI plasmid, while RI plasmid is a well known, well discussed plasmid. So next is the integration of tDNA into plant genome. How tDNA integrate into the plant genome, we have discussed already. What is tDNA? tDNA is actually a region present in the TI plasmid. tDNA have the three most common genes: auxin synthesis gene, cytokine synthesis gene, and opine synthesis genes. tDNA enters plant cell as a single stranded structure, which is immediately converted into the double stranded form. Vir-E2 also has a nuclear localization sequence and is responsible for transfer of tDNA into plant cell nucleus. Double-stranded tDNA integrate at random sites in the host plant genome. For integration of tDNA, 23 to 79 base pair deletion take place at the integration site, or we say target site. After integration of tDNA into plant genome, genes for auxin, cytokinins, and opines express themselves, which result in uncontrolled growth in the form of tumor. Next is how we harnessing agrobacterium in transferring foreign gene into plant. Harnessing mean here actually attachment or binding of agrobacterium. How we reserve agrobacterium with its required material. Agrobacterium's ability to introduce its DNA into plant genome with the efficiency makes TI plasmid an attractive vector for gene transfer into the plants. After knowing about how tDNA is transferred and what modifications are needed, genetic engineers employed different strategies. Genetically engineered agrobacterium were produced with disarmed tDNA region, in which oncogenes and opine synthesis genes were replaced by desired gene and a selectable marker. Student, here disarmed tDNA region mean to remove some kind of genes from the TI plasmid, or simply say replacement of some kind of genes with desired genes, like desired gene and selectable markers, along with some other sequences as unique restriction sites were added as per requirement. The natural TI plasmids are unsuitable to be used directly as vectors for in vitro manipulation due to some reasons. What are the reasons due to which natural TI plasmids are unsuitable? First is the large size. Second is the tumor induction property, oncogenic property. And third is the absence of unique restriction site. Now it is also well known that disarmed tDNA left and right borders along with genes of Vir regions are essential elements for designing of transformation vector. Now let's see how transgenic plants can be strategized, or a strategy can be made involved for harnessing agrobacterium for introduction of new desired genes into the plants. only useful feature of mega TI plasmid, approximately 200 kb, have been developed in designing plant transformation vector. Here size, as we discussed, size is a matter. So mega TI plasmid required, which size is 200 kb. For using agrobacterium for in vitro genetic engineering purpose, following manipulations are to be made, like TI plasmid are disarmed, remove some kind of the genes which are not required. Genes from the tDNA responsible for growth hormones like oncogenes and opine formations are deleted so that no disease will be produced, and as opines will not be synthesized, further growth of agrobacterium inside the host tissue stop. The space between left border and right border is used to insert desired gene, which is to be integrated and expressed in host tissue for transformation. A selectable marker gene providing resistance against antibiotic like kanamycin is also inserted into the tDNA region. The oncogenic problem can be solved by use of disarmed tDNA from which these genes are removed. The large size problem of TI plasmid can be tackled by any of the following two ways using manipulated agrobacterium vectors. First way is the co-integrated vector. Co-integrated vector can be developed in agrobacterium. For this purpose, a modified E. coli plasmid is integrated into the disarmed TI plasmid. This gives rise to co-integrate vector. During disarming, oncogenes of tDNA are replaced by gene insert and other sequences of E. coli plasmid. For this, both plasmid are introduced into same agrobacterium cells. Because of the homology through recombination, PBR plasmid is integrated into the tDNA region. The gene to be cloned is therefore inserted into unique restriction site on the small PBR plasmid introduced into agrobacterium tumefaciens cell carrying a TI plasmid, and natural recombination process left to the integrate the new gene into tDNA. This diagram actually giving idea of co-integration. Two vector, one vector is a larger one, other one is a smaller one. Larger one is a normal vector, normal plasmid, and smaller one is the small PBR type any plasmid. So our desired gene is carried by the small PBR type plasmid. The normal plasmid has the sequences of host specificity, virulence genes, and tDNA region. Small PBR type plasmid integrate into the tDNA region. So both vector will combine and a mega vector will be formed. This vector is called recombinant TI plasmid. Recombinant TI plasmid has host specificity, virulence genes, tDNA regions. tDNA actually interrupted are divided into two parts due to the recombination of small PBR type plasmid. Our desired gene will also be inserted in this region. So this is a one strategy, co-integration strategy. In co-integration strategy, two vectors are combined into a single vector. Second one strategy is the binary vector strategy. Binary means two. We can also call this two vector strategy. Agrobacterium containing two different recombinant plasmids. One bacteria with two plasmids. While in previous case, there is only one vector which is co-integrated type of vector. Here two different vectors are present in the Agrobacterium. First is the Agrobacterium E. coli shuttle vector containing disarmed tDNA with 25 base pair repeats flanking the gene insert to be introduced and a selective marker. This mini plasmid, which is PBin19, is designed to replicate in both E. coli and Agrobacterium and is capable of conjugal transfer between two bacterial species, simply conjugation tube formation here. Also has a copy of the LAC-Z gene containing multiple cloning sites. Second is the helper TI plasmid. Helper TI plasmid, which is PAL4404, from which tDNA segment has been removed. It has a functional Vir genes. The Vir genes of helper TI induce the transfer of tDNA present on first plasmid in the small bacterial cell. As a result, a gene insert within T region is also transferred into the plant cell. This is the binary vector strategy. Two vectors which will be present in Agrobacterium in same time. One, suppose we say one is a plasmid A, other is a plasmid B. Plasmid A have some kind of sequences. Virulence regions are present in plasmid A, and host specificity region also present in this vector, while in plasmid B tDNA border tDNA region is present with a unique restriction sites. If we talk about their sizes, plasmid A has approximately 170 kb, while plasmid B has a size of approximately 20 kb. tDNA carried by plasmid B is transferred to the plant chromosomal DNA by proteins coded by plasmid A. Simply we can say one plasmid help other plasmid to integrate into the plant genome. So that's why two plasmids are present in the bacteria, and we say binary vector strategy. Next, this is a agrobacterium cell with binary plasmids, plasmid A and plasmid B. Plasmid A has a Ti plasmid without tDNA, and Vir genes are present, while in other plasmid B, recombinant plasmid with foreign gene and kanamycin resistant gene between tDNA. 25 base pair repeats are present. Kanamycin resistant gene are also present, and any foreign gene or our desired gene which we want to integrate into the plant genome is also present. This is the last view of a vector. It is also a binary vector P-bin19. This vector has a size of 10 kb with right and left repeats. LAC-Z gene is also present in this vector. Kanamycin resistant gene and different restriction sites also present in this vector, and I shared this just as an example of a binary vector. This vector can be used for transformation through agrobacterium tumefaciens. So student, this is all about our today lecture. This topic still continue, and we will complete inshallah in our third lecture related to this topic.